Hey guys, this is Charlie from Charlie's Awesome World of Adventures, and welcome back to Alien Week. On Monday we had a look at Alien, then yesterday we looked at Aliens, and now today we look at Alien 3. Now, I'll look at the reception for this one, and this is the one that many people see is either the worst or one of the worst in the franchise. So I did have my doubts of going into this one. And then again, I did enjoy the last two films. I thought they were really good, even if I do prefer the original over the second. So I was hoping that I would hopefully enjoy or Alien 3. Yeah, and call it like an underrated gem. Yeah, that's not going to be the case though. Because, yeah. I'll start with my positives first, because I do have quite a few. The action is still really good. I'll admit the horror did get a bit of a downgrade, especially with the look of the demon looking a bit disgusting and off. And I'm not talking about how it mean. I'm talking about how the actual prop itself looks off, and some of the jump scares did feel cheap, but some of the main action set pieces were pretty good for the most part. I especially like when they made the most of the cinematography, even flipped the camera around to get at the viewer invested. The acting is still really good. I still really like Ripley, and Sigourney Weaver did deliver a good performance, even if I dislike prefer her performance in the first two films. She has this new love interest, and I thought he was a decent character. I wish we saw more of him, but he could have been in worse. And I do think the main story idea was interesting, of Ripley being stuck on this prison like planet full of only men, and she's the only survivor that Anne has to try and escape. Well, that planet deals with a xenomorph attack. It's honestly an interesting concept from paper, and I was quite intrigued to see how they would do it. And yeah, I didn't get so intrigued. I might as well get into my biggest problem with the film. It's so boring. The film's only a little under 2 hours, but watching it, and it felt like 2 days. The film constantly goes at a snail's pace. Yes, I know the first two films have their slow pacing, but that's a reason. So the first Alien used its slow pacing to build up suspense and terror and horror, making the scenes extra more scary when they did happen. And as for the second, well, it started off really slow in the beginning. Its slower pace did kind of help with the horror, even if it was still a bit of a minor downgrade. But here, there's no reason for this film to be so slow. As a result, I felt like watching this was more of a chore than watching an actual film. So a friend of mine watched this film back at the beginning of the year and she was watching all the Alien films, and he said that while she wasn't the biggest fan of Aliens, she did start to appreciate it, and after seeing how they start up the continuation with this. And honestly, I kind of had to agree with her. There is no reason why they had to kill any of the remaining survivors, especially Newt. She was the best part of the second film, and killing her off really weaken the feature. We don't even get to see much of the android from the second. In fact, I kind of forgot there was actually an android in this film. So that's the result of how dull all that element is. Look, I know I'm being quite harsh, and I'm not expecting every character from this second film to survive. Even this one. But if they could have at least had Newton for at least the beginning, then I think it would have salvaged this film. Also, the film decided to make a risky decision by the end, and then kill off Ripley. And I'm very conflicted on this idea. On one hand, I think this is a good way to end off her arc. Ripley is a great character, but I do feel like you can't do more with her than 3 films. So deciding to kill her off did seem like a smart choice. Then I read the script for the next film, and without spoilers, because I've yet to see that one at the time of recording, I have a feeling they're going to ruin the sacrifice. Also, so I'm not a fan of the army guys. I don't expect them to be great characters or anything, but these side characters just felt completely unnecessary and weakened the experience for me. There was one guy that did start to warm up to Ripley near the climax, but it's near the very end of the film, and where it comes to a point where it's just unnecessary. And that plot line, I'm done. Us going nowhere. Honestly, I don't know what to say. Alien3 isn't a bad film, but I hesitate to call it good. It does have some decent action, some great performances, and some great count and words, but with a very dull story, slow, pacing, and some flat characters. And may I add how dull the main area of the film looks, just using a lot of browns, making the film kind of hard to see. It is easily the weakest from the franchise I've seen in this part. At the moment, since I haven't seen any of the others beyond 3, I can't call it the worst one, but I won't be surprised if that becomes the case. I recommend just skipping this one. Unless you're a completionist of the franchise, you're not missing out on anything, believe me. I didn't hate this film or anything, and there were some good ideas, yes, but they just decided to take the lazy vote and make a movie about aliens boring, and that's why I'm giving the film a 5 out of 10. Hopefully things can get better with Resurrection, but judging by the plot synopsis I've read, I have my doubts. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Comment, like, and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye!